Hello, it is Monday. It's the 18th of March. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center, live from Hong Kong. Making news today. Russian President Vladimir Putin has slammed a proposal to stave off the collapse of Cyprus's banks by seizing a large chunk of their customers' savings. The Cypriot government says a one-off tax on bank deposits is a necessary evil, but it is unpopular in Moscow because Russian depositors who own a major share of the money in the island's banks would have to pay it too. Stock markets in Asia and Europe have got the jitters after the plan was announced on Saturday. The Eurogroup told Cyprus that savers would have to pay their share of $13 billion sovereign bailout. Well, Cypriots rushed to withdraw cash from ATMs at the weekend. They are to reduce the impact of the tax by reducing their balances. Deposits of more than $130,000 will be hit by a one-off tax of almost 10%. Savers with less in the bank would lose 6.75%. Well, in the next few hours, lawmakers in Cyprus are expected to vote on the bailout proposal. They'll do so with the protests of Cypriots and the words of Mr. Putin ringing in their ears. He's called the idea unjust, unprofessional, and dangerous. World Business Today anchor Charles Hodson joins us now, and Charles, Putin's spokesman, has called this, as we're saying, this tax unfair. What are the international implications to this decision?
Well, okay, let's leave Mr. Putin on one side and talk. Perhaps we can return to him in a moment.
Yeah, we're seeing that the markets here in Asia reacted pretty negatively to this news this morning in all-day trading, as in you're talking about in Europe as well. Why would what happens in a small island like Cyprus have such a massive effect around the world?
I think the worry is that it undermines banks. It undermines confidence in the idea.
All right, Charles, thank you very much for that. Charles Hodson there in London. Police in India say they have arrested 6 men over the gang rape of a Swiss woman. She was attacked while on holiday with her husband in the district of Datia. The case raises new concerns about sexual violence against women in India. Less than 3 months ago, as you remember, a woman died after being raped and beaten on a bus in New Delhi. We get more details now from CNN's Sunima Udas in the Indian capital.
The 6 men arrested for the rape and robbery of a Swiss woman in a remote. Sunima Udas, CNN, New Delhi.
A top U.S. congressman says he is concerned that North Korea's young leader is trying to prove himself not only to Washington, but also his own military. Earlier this month, Kim Jong-un threatened to unleash a second Korean war backed by nuclear weapons. Well, the North has been using increasingly aggressive language towards South Korea and its allies in recent weeks. CNN senior international correspondent Matthew Chance joins us now live from Seoul. So we're hearing that word from the United States there, the sense of unpredictability and their sense of instability that they perceive that the North Korean leader has. How is that playing out where you are?
I think there's a very similar feeling. I mean, obviously the South Koreans...
You're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. A high-tech Danish warship is on patrol off East Africa to combat an age-old problem. CNN's Nema Al-Bagir has been on the high seas to find out how crews get ready to take on the pirates.
We're on the Danish ship, the Eva Vidfield. It's lean, it's fast, and it's meant to be one of the most high-tech warships in the world. Nema Al-Bagir, CNN, on the Eva Vidfield.
You are watching CNN News Center. Coming up here on the show, if the Shawshank Redemption, I should say, showed the measured approach to busting out of prison, that's not the only kind of jailbreak, as people in Canada found out at the weekend. Find out why Gaul... Watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Canadian police say they have arrested the second of 2 prisoners who made a stunning getaway from a prison in Quebec. Danny Provençal, who's picked up by police overnight after escaping from the Saint-Jérôme facility by helicopter on Sunday. The operation may have boasted Hollywood-worthy action, but there was no Hollywood ending for the con. CNN's Paula Newton joins us now live from Montreal with more. What an astonishing story, Paula.
Absolutely, and apparently all started when two suspected accomplices said they were going to charter a helicopter to take them over the Laurentians, the mountain area just north of Montreal.
All right, Paula, thank you very much for that. Paula Newton there, live for us from Montreal. In tennis, Rafael Nadal has banished the lingering doubts over his fitness in the best way possible by winning yet another big title. Let's go to Alex Thomas for more on that and the other top stories coming out in sports. Hello there, Alex.
Yeah, hi, Monita. He's as good as he always was. That was Juan Martín del Potro's verdict on Rafa World Sports in 6 hours' time. Monita, for now, back to you in Hong Kong.
I guess they don't call him King James for nothing, huh, Alex?
Absolutely.
All right, Alex, thank you very much for that. Let's take a look at the global weather picture. Spring is just 2 days away in Europe, but winter is keeping a firm grip for now. Meteorologist Samantha Moore is at the World Weather Center with those icy details. You know what? I feel bad because it's pretty warm and humid where I am.
So you're enjoying those nice mild temperatures, but they're going to have to wait a while across much of Europe where it's still feeling very, very wintry. In fact, today, Monita.
All right, Samantha, thank you very much for that.
You're back.
Well, speaking of Berlin, where crowds of thousands have been out on the streets, those cold streets, as Samantha was saying, they are protesting against plans to tear down one of the last remaining sections of the historic Berlin Wall for property development. Among them, the very fall in 1989. There's a bit of trivia for you. You are watching CNN News Center. I'm Monita Rajpal at CNN Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you the news headlines in just a couple of minutes to come.